If I go back to Print Dealer Reports, choose Print All Orders, and then select Detail, I'm presented with the same options. To print for all records in my database, I simply add nothing and click Print. You'll notice that the Dealer Order Detail Report is now displayed. It is the same report in form as the last order for a single dealer detail report. But in this case, it will print the report on all dealers in your database. The next two reports deal with volume transfers. If I click the Dealers menu, Print Dealer Reports, you'll notice a report named Volume Transfer / All Dealer Sales Orders. This is essentially my volume transfer report on sales. I have two options for printing this report. The first is business volume. If I choose business volume, I'm presented with the ability to choose a range of dates, which might be a specific month or a specific quarter. Typically with volume transfers, it's a specific month. And then I also have the ability to select specific type codes. If I click Print, it will display the Dealer Business Volume Report, which shows the name and ZO of the dealer, any orders for the dealer that were sell orders, and then the commission, the dealer cost, the total retail, and then the bottom line total. Because these are sales, I need to transfer $439.20 to Jonathan Cartwright. Now, another way to view this information is by going back into Print Dealer Reports and choosing Volume Transfer All Dealer Sales Orders again, but this time choosing Volume Transfer. Now, this report is different in that you have the option to print it to the screen or to print it to a text file. The question is posed, would you like to output this data to a text file? Now, for the first example, I'll choose No so we can see what the report looks like printed to the screen. Then we'll come back and print it to a text file. So I'll choose No. I'm presented with my options as I was the last time, and then I'll click Print. You'll note that this is a standard report that shows Jonathan Cartwright's name and ZO number, and then a single value, which is the amount of commission that needs to be transferred. Okay, let's go back into Dealers, Print Dealer Reports, and choose Volume Transfer All Dealer Sales Orders again. We'll choose Volume Transfer again, but this time I'll say yes to the question whether I would like to output this data to a text file. Again, I get the selection criteria. This time I'm going to put a date range in. I want to print this for the month of November 2003. So I'll enter 11/01/2003 to 11/30/2003. I'll include any transfers in that date range and then click Print. A message box is displayed that says Success. The volume transfer report was created in C program files, AMSWin volume tx report.txt. I'll click OK. Now when I open Windows Explorer, I'll see in the C program files AMSWin folder is a file called volume transfer report.txt. If I double click that file, you'll notice that it is a text file containing the contents of the volume transfer report. It shows dealer Jonathan Cartwright with the ZO number, a subtotal, and then a final total. This is a good option if you make the decision not to transfer credits to dealers who owe you money. I know several customers who do this, and they use this report in text file form to make those changes. They simply print the report to text, open the text file, and then eliminate the names and the amounts for the people that they wish to remove. Now let's report on dealer purchases. If I go to Dealers, Print Dealer Reports, and choose Total Purchases from Other Dealers, I'll receive the option of creating either a business volume detail report or a cash flow summary. If I choose business volume, I'll receive a message box that will allow me to enter a range of dates or up to 6 status codes to specify the records that I want to return in the report. In this case, I want to print every record in my database, so I'll leave all of the options blank and click Print. The Dealer Business Volume Report for Purchases is now displayed. This report shows for each dealer within your selection criteria every order and then the summary of those orders, and then leave you a business volume total at the very bottom. You'll see total commission, total dealer, total retail, and then overall total. Now, if we go print it again, total purchases from other dealers, but this time choose cash flow, you'll see different fields showing. You're going to see dealer cost retail, any discounts you gave, any surcharges you levied, the shipping, the sales tax, the special tax that was charged, and then total cost, with a total at the very bottom. If you wish to print mailing labels for your dealers, you can do so by clicking Dealers, Print Dealer Reports, Mailing Labels, and then you'll see 4 specific types of mailing labels that are displayed. For this example, I'll choose birthday. Next, I have to choose the form. AMSWin provides 3 separate types of label forms. The first is the Avery 3 across and 10 down mailing label. Also available is the 2 across 10 down mailing label, which is a little wider. And then finally you have the 2 across 5 down mailing label, which is the big block shipping label. For this example, however, I'm going to choose 3 across 10 down, which is the smallest label. Then I'll choose Print. Next, I'm presented with a box that will allow me to choose which mailing labels I'd like to print. The first option is to select the month that the birthday falls in. In this case, I'm going to choose February. Next, I can choose up to 6 different status codes. And then finally, I can choose a specific state to print labels for. When I'm finished with my selection criteria, I'll click Print. You'll notice that I only have one dealer, Jonathan Cartwright, who has a birthday that falls in the month of February.